Good morning. Good morning. It is 5:37 a.m. and I am simulating my way to the gym right now. I can't help but think, and literally this thought came to me as I was walking out the door right now, how all the disciplines and the action and the perseverance, how everything over the span of the last 6 years, how that has dramatically affected the way that I act or I react, especially, not on all things, but especially during this time of pandemic, when we're dealing with so much change and so much variation. I mean, I'm even more so under the belief that we go through things not so much, and hear me on this, we go through things not so much for the time that we're going through it, like there's going to be something that we greatly benefit from, but I believe that some of the things that we go through, in all actuality, in all honesty, are intended to prepare us for something that's gonna come in the future. And I'll give you an example. When I was in prison was in 1996. In 1996, I went to prison. I came home in 2006. Now, to be all the way exact, I came home August 30th, 2006, a few days before my 26th, 27th birthday. And I'll tell you what was the thing I had to get most used to was change, was uncertain change. You know, because when you're in prison, there's lockdowns, there's riots, there's isolation, there's a whole bunch of things. There's strip searches, there's cell searches, there's metal detectors. You go through changes on a regular basis, and you either go crazy or you just say, hey, this is just a part of where I'm at. But you don't get used to it, but you understand that it is a part of where you're at. The getting used to it doesn't come until something like now, where you're on some type of quarantine and you're on limited movement and they're calling certain employment jobs essential. And then you look around and everybody else is kind of cracking up a little bit, and you're sitting there saying, this is just the new normal, this will pass, or this is just what's happening right now. You can take my body, but you can't take my mind. Or for instance, the routine I've been in of getting up super early and going to the place that I need to go to work out, to get my body in shape, to get my mind in shape, to be able to still run through that routine of still getting up and going and staying conditioned to do it. It all comes from a pattern of what I used to do. Now becomes what I still do. And even though at the time you can't always pinpoint, why is this coming at me? But let me paint another picture. Imagine people who don't have a lot of food, and they don't, they barely have ends meet to make it. Well, you put them in a situation like this, and food may be in a slight sense of scarcity. Well, the person who's used to not having much, it really isn't feeling the pinch. What I'm saying is the things that happen to you in life prepare you for the things that are going to happen to you in life. Now, obviously, some people will not see it that way. Some people will see it as life is just punishing me and Why? But I'm thriving in a market that's going down. I'm thriving in a society that's in fear. Why? Because I'm used to this. I've seen this before. I'm prepared for this. This isn't new to me. And if you ever stop for a second to really absorb what's going on, this may be your new experience that is necessarily not preparing you for what's going on right now, but that will prepare you for what's going to happen later. Because most things that I do now, I don't need now. I don't use now. But they always end up benefiting me later. When I first started my real estate business, I noticed there was things that I needed. And as I would look through boxes in my house, I would find a stapler here, a hole puncher there, file folders here, stacks and reams of paper there. Because the way it works is you're provided for things you don't even need before you need them. If you ever catch that, it will take you further and faster in life than anything else, is that everything you need has already been provided for. God said, I knew you before the world knew you. He knew your name. He knew what you would do. He knew what you would need. Most people will never realize that they have what they need because they spend their time complaining about what they don't have.